BJ, maybe you can start off by talking about what kinds of things people might come in for initially with their kids.
You know, I went to Life University, which was the world's largest school of chiropractic, and it was built right into the curriculum that there were pediatric assessment classes, pediatric techniques, all of the 15 different chiropractic methods that we learned all had means by which you would evaluate kids because there can be traumas from falls as a little one or traumatic births or sports. So a lot of times we'll check kids, like in the case of your family, we really just check these guys just to make sure they were growing straight. I've always felt that the worst symptom is no symptom. When you're actually growing crooked, dealing with some type of disease or problem. So a lot of times we'll do preventative checkups, but we'll have people that'll come in with asthma, allergies, hyperactivity issues, headaches.
Well, and you talk about crooked.
Yeah.
You have some images that really bring that to that illustrate that really well too.
Of Laura here, yeah.
These are actually pictures of Laura's spine.
Yeah. So these are about 4 years apart. We can only get so many on the screen at once. We monitored as we went through, but one was really, really early on. The one on the left there, that was 2009. So how old would you have been when we met you?
6.
Yeah, so you were probably 7 by that picture or so, right? So this was early on, dealing with the spinal curvature, and then over the course of time, working very specifically. Now it's every couple weeks, just making sure that the spine is straight and that the pelvis, the shoulders, and that the skull is aligned. You see a lot healthier spine. And I mean, we know that people with scoliosis and people with curvatures have debilitating physical dysfunction as they grow up. So you never really came in because you said your back hurt, but I think it's a good thing that we detected that when you were little. So why don't you come on your tummy, Laura, just like it's the office. So this is our portable table. We take this to sporting events and screenings and TV shows. So if we actually could if I could actually see her X-ray pop up on screen again as well, that'd be great.
You actually need to see the X-ray.
Well, I always like to look at a film because, of course, there are consistent listings, and I'm looking at both of these films here. Plus, I know the way Laura typically presents. So, okay, that's good. Thanks for having that up. That's good. That's good. So, we typically come high here on this right side. And her spine has a tendency to curve off to this right side. So pretty much everything in the mid-thoracic spine is typically secondary. Most of the problems they either start at the bottom or they start at the top. So we'll just give a quick check through the thoracics here, because if something is locked up or fixated, we want to make sure that it's moving. So just take a big breath in here, hon. Breathe out. Good. There we go. Good. There we go. Good. But the big one is we want to move this part of the spine right to left. So what you have to do, Laura, is just face me this way, okay? And this is consistent with some of the old curvature, but it's still just a little bit of a habit pattern for whatever reason. The spine kind of curves off to this right side. So I'm going to have you scoot out this way. So again, based on what we've seen in terms of the posture, based on what we see on X-ray as well, we just want to move this straight over. Real easy. And again, it's real gentle. Here we go. Good. There we go. Good. Come on up on your back. You okay?
Does any of that ever hurt, Laura? How does it feel when he's doing those things?
It feels better because then it doesn't hurt after.
I like that.
Yeah, no, and quite frankly, sometimes there's going to be just a bit of a euphoric rush anyway. But we're not trying to do something that feels good or doesn't feel good. It's really just for the purpose of making sure the body's straight and aligned. Yeah. And really, it's all about making sure that the central nervous system, which sits within the spinal column, can function without any interference. Okay. So just turn your head to your right for me there. Good. And just over to your left side as well. Good. We're just checking for any stress in the cervical spine, so I'm going to just check your cervical spine here as well. Okay? So when there's a problem at the bottom, there's typically a problem at the top as well. So good.
So how long would a typical adjustment for a child take? Same as an adult, BJ?
Well, you're seeing it right now. A minute or two, especially with a really good analysis. I believe that less is more. So we're not trying to adjust all 24 segments here. We're really trying to identify the 1 or 2 key areas that are most likely to misalign, get them corrected, and then make sure they can stay there with the right exercises and the right sleeping patterns and everything else. So we're just going to come on this top bone right here. You okay? Good. Nice and relaxed. Tap your toes together. Nice and relaxed. There we go. Good. You okay? Good. All right. So I'm just going to check the leg balance again. I like having a film because it shows us how the spine's lined up. Yeah. But again, there's these other things that we can look at in terms of the leg length, posture, palpation to see that we're doing good.